What's going on, man?
Oh, same shit.
Long time no see, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Matt, what are you drinking on tonight, brother?
Guess what? It's the same thing.
All right. How's that going? You like it?
It's okay. I don't think I'll splurge
Okay.
on the
Out of
20
10.
uh like a 6 maybe.
Okay.
It's good, but it's
It's
okay,
it's not
you
a
know?
go-to. It's not your new
Yeah.
go-to. Got it.
No. Yeah.
I'm drinking the Wild Ride from New Belgium. It's their 30th anniversary. It's drinkable. It's an amber IPA. It's not as uh, hoppy or as winey as I feel most IPAs are. This is a little bit more amber ale-ish, and it's good. So, Matt,
Nice.
before we begin, so this will be, we need to answer last week's question.
Yeah.
So, I've
Oh.
been wondering all week, what is that answer?
More like 20 minutes. I it was 20 minutes ago and I forgot. All right, so the question was, or the trivia question was, if your bike is on your side stand, what position should your handlebars be in to help you lift the bike off the side stand?
hmm
Yeah, you want to take a guess or what?
I'm going to say full lock left. I mean, the same point of the kickstand.
When it's full left, there's more weight on the side stand, or more weight wanting it
That
to
makes
fall.
sense.
If you do full right, it unloads and wants to tip the other way.
It's
So
definitely way
it's
easier.
actually lighter to lift the
Yeah,
bike off the side stand.
dude, I sit corrected.
So there you have it.
Good answer. I like that answer. That I mean, like now that I'm thinking about it, it makes total sense.
Yeah. You
If you
probably
go,
do you probably do it and not even
honestly, yeah,
yeah.
I'm thinking of times where I've done that. I'm like, I think I do that all the time because like even if you were to sit on it and like turn them full right, the bike like almost feels like it lifts a little bit
Yeah.
already. Like when we go to put bikes outside, because we have like a bunch of different slopes going on where we kind of put our bikes after done working on them, and if we have it full right, opposite of the direction of the bikes wanting to lean, it won't sit with full weight, so it's a little more sketchier if you're on like a weird,
Yeah.
topography. Um, so that makes total sense.
You ever spin bikes on their side stand?
All the time, all the time. I try it with every bike that I work on.
You know what I'm
It's super
talking
easy
about?
to do. Yeah, oh yeah. I do it on sport bikes all like, dude.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of room because we bring everything in at night.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna
Yeah.
the whole time. I'll
You're not
just
going to Austin Powers it, right? Yeah.
exactly.
No, that's exactly it. When I was at a dealer, we'd have to push all the bikes in and out, and
Yeah,
my bay was at the very end, and I was all pushing till the end because you couldn't even get to your goddamn bay.
yeah.
So, dude, you just take the bike, turn it to the right with the handlebars, and then you lift and you just whoop, and you spin that sucker
It's
around on the side
awesome.
stand. It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool trick. If you guys feel unsafe with doing that, you can't really do it on cruisers. It's just
Yeah,
way too much weight. It's mainly like a dirt bike, sport bike thing.
right.
But what you can also do to make yourself feel safer is kind of like Matt said, full lock right. Grab a hold of the handlebar and find somewhere on the back tail, and you kind of put your weight into the bike and you kind of bring it up over and do a little motion like that, and it'll spin.
Yeah.
Awesome trick.
Don't do it on fresh concrete or anything. If you got a nice concrete driveway, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
But if it's your,
yeah, or a
someone
painted
else's
floor.
parking lot, yeah, cool.
Cool. Fired up, bro.
All right, welcome guys to the Broken Moto Show,
We've made it.
episode 28.
Yeah.
28. And this show is myself, Matt from How to Motorcycle Repair.com, and Cody from MotorcycleMD, and we answer your tech questions. And Cody's going to tell you the million rules and the email where you can write in for a tech question to be answered on
Yes.
the show.
Best place to reach out to us. The only place that we prefer you to reach out to us is at the email of askbrokenmoto@gmail.com. You guys get your own email address. Okay. Send in your questions, your comments, your likes, your dislikes, and we'll try to answer them on here. Okay. In the subject, try to put the year, make, and model in the description. Describe it. Whatever issues that you're having. If you're dealing with carburetor stuff, let us know some more details. Jet sizes, what kind of stuff the bike has on it, year, make, and year, make, and miles. I've already said that, but it's important. The miles is helpful as well as some pictures and some videos of what you guys are dealing with. It's really helpful to see. It's fun for us to see what you got going on. You'd be surprised at how many answers can come from just a visual picture of what you're dealing with. You got a smartphone, you use it, send it in, and it'd be really helpful for us.
Oh yeah, you can spot a million little things from
Easily.
a picture that's not mentioned usually in an email.
Yeah.
From what we found. So yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Before we begin, we need a question for this week, and I got it this time.
What is it, man?
The question is probably pretty easy for most, but what automotive manufacturer owns Ducati? What auto manufacturer owns Ducati?
Okay? I do not know that one.
Cool. I actually didn't know either. So in the comments below, guys, let us know your answers. Get involved,
Dude, quick story about Ducatis. So I was 18, got my M license, and I got hired as a pre-delivery inspector at a dealer. So that was my job, was to ride or inspect, do some little things, mechanical things on new and used bikes that rolled off the showroom floor. So I logged 40 to 60 miles on all kinds of bikes. Which
were these
awesome.
for bikes that were being sold or just being bought?
I
mean, I guess that's the same
thing. Yeah. Like, what's the difference? No, yeah. Customers would buy the bikes and I'd have to check them out and then hand them off to them or whatever.
Okay. Pre-ride or pre-purchase inspections.
Yeah. So for new and used, all the Jap bikes. And then there was, we were also Ducati and Aprilia dealer.
Cool. Okay.
The day I got hired, someone stole a Ducati out the front window.
Wow.
They just smashed the front window and stole it.
Brand new Ducati, or was it used?
Brand new.
Wow.
And then this is what my boss did to me. There was a Ducati 999 that this guy brought in for service, and he's like, my boss is like, hey, that bike is ready for a test drive. I want you to wheel it out there and take it for a ride. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, dude, this was like a $20,000 bike.
Yeah.
Here I am, 18. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it for a ride. Sure, man. So I'm walking it out, and the owner's like, no, man, I can't let you ride my bike. And this was a setup, obviously. So I'm like, all right. So I put it on the kickstand. I walk back in, and my boss is like, no. You go out there and you tell them that you can fucking outride them any day of the week. So I go out there and I said that, and the guy's just laughing his ass off, and they're just messing with me. But
that's awesome. Funny, that's awesome, man. Not like your boss. Yeah. You want to dive in?
Yes.
Cool. I'll take I took the first question last time. Do you want to take it, or?
Yep. Let me do it. Yeah, sure.
All right, do it.
All right. Question 1. This is the smoking KZ 650.
Yeah.
Okay. We all remember this. It's been on the past couple episodes. So here it is. Hi guys. I hope my pictures come through. So yeah, we have some pictures. I'll pull them up, share my screen, and we'll talk about them. After I saw my questions about my KZ 650 smoking on your show, I went ahead and broke down the top end. The attached pictures show pistons 3 and 4 are wet, as are the corresponding valves. All cylinders look pretty sooty to me, but they're really good for 24K. The cylinders are all within spec, no ridge. Pistons look like new and 2 thou fitment. So I guess the piston to wall clearance is 2 thou. Rings look So good, I'm almost tempted to put them back in. Anyway, uh seems like maybe the smoke could have been valve seals. Haven't torn the head down yet. So fingers crossed. I'm looking for carb advice from the experts. To review, my bike has a Kirker header and pods. Main jets are 115. I believe the idle jets are stock, as the mixture screw is at 2 turns out. I set the needles at 1 clip position richer. I get that the pods and the smoke I experience is gray, not black, but things still look rich. Bill from Hastings, Michigan. P.S. Forgot to tell you that the picture of the tappet was the only one that didn't look perfect. Weird, right? Cam lobe looks fine though. Man, I feel like I'm reading really slow. I don't know what's going on.
No, I think you're reading right on time, man.
All right. So he took this thing all apart. You want me to pull up these pictures here?
Yeah, do it. Do it. This is kind of cool.
All right. Can you see my screen?
We're already 40 minutes in.
No. Can you see my screen now?
I can. Yep.
All right. So here are the pistons. The 2 on the right are a little wet. 1 and 2 are dry. Any evidence of oil burning here? I can't tell.
It looks totally normal to me.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what this could have been? Fuel or oil? I don't know.
Dude, motors look like that after 4,000 miles in some cases. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
We've done crankshaft rebuilds on like CB300s that there was like a recall, and this is normal. This is what happens inside of a explosion.
And he likes Coors Light. Nice.
He does. Cold as the Rockies.
Okay, so here's the head.
And stuff being wet doesn't matter to me at all either. I'm not too concerned about things being wet.
Because who knows how it's shut down,
right?
Before, who knows? So that's all normal stuff too. It's just carbon, man.
Yeah.
And then here it looks like he scraped the piston a little bit.
Yeah. That tappet right there is questionable.
Oh, this is a tappet or a piston? What is this thing?
That's a tappet. So this has, I believe it has shim under bucket.
Okay.
So, or it's shim over, but usually there's like a lip on it if it's shim over. So I think it's shim under.
Okay.
There's some crud on there, which means that there's probably the same type of crud inside of the valves, on the valve stems as well. I think he's on the right track with he needs to break down that head. I mean, you could look for as far as oil seeping past the seal, with like quite a bit of buildup on the back of the valve seat, because it's kind of burning onto the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, he needs to clean the valves up completely, clean the seats up completely of the valves, and then just do a simple test with like pouring gas into the intake track or the exhaust track. Once it's all clean, I would even maybe go as far as lapping them if there is some crud on the seat. I think he's got, I mean, given the age of the bike, it's very possible to have, dried up valve stem seals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. So if he's burning oil, he should be concerned about the seal.
Yeah.
And oil weeping down the guide.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So, I don't know how you can test for that at this point.
Well, I'm going to make a statement that I've seen over and over and over again. When you have an old bike and you fire this bike up for the first time after its long hibernation, the bike is going to smoke for a while. The bike, I mean, there's stuff in the exhaust. There's stuff that has trying to get out of the cylinder. I've fired up bikes from mid 2000s that sat for 6 years, and I fired up and it smokes the entire shop out until it doesn't, until it stops.
Yeah.
It's just burning moisture. It's burning all this crap that's been inside the cylinder. In some cases, it's like stuck valves. In some cases, I mean, in most cases, when you have a valve oil leaking past the valve stem seal, you're going to get a lot of smoking up front right when the bike fires up. I did notice that he said that the smoke is gray and not blue. Okay. Maybe it's oil, maybe it's a mix of the two. I'm not sure how long he ran the bike. You know, once you fire it up, did you take it around the block and get it nice and hot and get it warmed up to operating temperature and then see if it dissipated? Did it stop? I don't know because he's emailed in 3 times, but I don't knock him for taking his head apart. But I think he just needs to do what I said. There's no way to check to see if oil's leaking down the stem seals by bench testing. There's no real way to do that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a valid test.
Yeah, and you can check inner diameter of the guide, and you can check outer diameter of the steel of the stem and see if it's within spec because they should give specs
Right.
for that. But you're dealing with heavy wear when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But the stem seals can still be bad. You have it apart, you need to replace the stem seals for sure. Clean up the valve seat, clean up the valve face, lap them, and then the gas test is a really quick way to see if anything's going to leak past there.
Right. I have some videos on that because I went through that with the Chevelle engine.
Cool.
I had a lot of leakage past the valves in a leak down test. So I did all that. I think I put some solvent in there, and I did some measurement with a dial indicator.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah, you can do all that stuff.
Gas is super thin, and it will leak if it's not seated all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But his question was about carb stuff. It sounds like he needs to bump everything up. What do you think?
Yeah. So he says idle jets are stock. What does he have on here? Pods. Hold on here. Okay, so headers. He has a exhaust and pods.
Yeah.
Man, what 77?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if 115 is stock for Maine on this.
Yeah. Okay, since it's a 70s bike, it probably wasn't lean from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some like CB 550s. They actually want a leaner pilot jet. But this is a fuel screw. It's probably going to want one size larger, at least on the fuel screw. Right. Or wait, he says air mixture screw. Okay. I don't know, but the answer will be in the air screw setting. If you tune this guy and you're at 1.5 out, you're good. Wait, he's saying 2 turns out. I'm all over the place here. Sorry.
No, you're fine, man.
Okay, so he's 2 turns out. So he's trying to lean it out.
We also don't know how it ran.
That's true.
So we're trying to diagnose just a simple carb tune for what he's got, not knowing, how it's responding currently.
We're trying to jump 10 steps ahead here.
Exactly.
Well, you know what? To be safe on the pilot jet, probably just run stock and see where your air screw setting's at, because it's a 70s bike. Needle, yes, drop it down 1 clip to make it richer. And then with the mains, you and I always say 15 to 20 larger. Is it 15 to 20?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if it's 115, go to
I would start at 125 and work your way up.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
You're going to be messing with it. There's no surefire jet size but you'll figure out what you're going to land on. If you're dealing with mid-range stumble or no go after full throttle, then you got to keep going up.
Yeah, but the bigger question is the engine. I mean, okay, the pistons look good. Clean them up.
Clean them up.
I've soda blasted pistons and they come out beautiful. Or dip them in chem dip. It'll burn all that carbon right off. Make sure all the ring grooves are really clean.
Yeah.
Rings, man, rings are cheap. If they're available, you could probably get a set of rings for like $80 to $100.
Yeah.
Pop those in, make sure the ring end gap is good. Replace your valve stem seals.
Yeah.
Clean everything up. Make sure you have good sealing.
And check it. Yeah.
Slap it all back together and then worry about the jetting later.
Yeah, for sure. And if you are interested in running the stock rings, you can do so. Just check the ring end gap. There's going to be a spec for ring end gap. Check it. and see if they're still within spec. How close are they to being at the service limit? And
Yeah.
roll with it. But once you get it all back together and it's all cleaned up and sealing and it's good, run it. Run it. Get it nice and warmed up and run it and put it through its paces and see if that smoke goes away. And then worry about it after that.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So we got a beer fund. We have a way for you guys to donate to the Broken Moto show. And many people do. And it's really awesome just to see your guys' support. By just, we have a link in the description for you to hit. You can donate $3 or more. And we have some pretty repetitive givers. Why don't you let us know who they are, Matt?
Yeah. So we got Justo, the Fitz, and we got Justo again. Justo's our regular here.
Yeah, man.
That's why I was able to afford this delirium.
That's right.
So thanks for that. And we got Paul in the UK who bought us a tray. So
thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys, and cheers.
Means a lot. Bink. We appreciate your guys' donations. It keeps the engine going,
That's right.
So
thank you.
Next couple questions we got may not be considered full questions, but you guys send us an email and we're going to read it out. Unless it's 3 pages. So questions are response to, I think this one's Greg. He gave us a picture of his Suzuki GSF Bandit. Kind of a cool shot of his garage and how he's storing his ponies.
Let me pull that up.
Yeah, pull it up.
There it is.
Bam.
He's got a lot of nice toys, man.
Yeah, man. He has some good insulation in there too.
Yeah. And he's got some kind of nice car because he's got tire storage over there.
Oh.
Or maybe it's just winter tires. I don't know. But man. Oh, wait. I see it right here. The white.
So what do we got here?
It's got some kind of car right here.
Is that? Yeah, I see it. That black one. Is that a Kawasaki? That side cover does not look Honda to me.
Is that GS? It must be
It
Suzuki.
looks like a GS.
It looks like he's a Suzuki dude.
I think you're right.
Except for the Yamahas that are in the back there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool, Greg. Thanks for sending us the picture,
man. Nice garage, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And he just wrote in the answer to last week's question, or the week before. I'm not sure which.
Yeah.
It was the week before last. Which one was that again, Matt?
The Suzuki Advanced. What you mean? What number?
The question.
Oh, what does SACS stand for?
Okay, and he wrote it in. That's called Suzuki Advanced Cooling System, oil cooling. So
yeah, and that Bandit that he has is the oil air cooled stuff. So they still make that. Or I mean, well, his is an 03. I don't even know. I don't not even keep up to that stuff, but yeah,
right.
They've had that for a long run, for sure.
Honda uses it too. It's called HACV.
Oh,
I'm sorry, CS, Honda Advanced Cooling System. Very cool. Thanks, Greg. So, question 3.
Yep.
Hey guys, hope both you and your families are safe and well. They are. Is your family doing well, Matt?
They are.
Cool. Safe and well?
Good. Yep, that's right.
Cool. Mine too. I need the benefit of your knowledge and expertise once again for what should be something very simple, but is proving to be very difficult. Simply put, I can't remove the cylinder head on my CB750K8. You want to pull those pictures up while I'm doing this? I swear to God, it must be welded on. My guess, it's not been removed since the bike was made. The first problem I had was removing the 4x12 millimeter nuts on the rear inlet side of the head. I've attached photos purely for your information. Sorry, there's so many and out of sequence. As you can see, they are recessed. Uh-oh, I lost it. I got it. As you can see, they are recessed. Where was I? in the webbing of the casting that supports the rocker arms. How they were torqued up in the first place is a mystery. There is no way to get a normal spanner on, as you can see. I'm sorry. Normal spanner on, as you can't get a ring spanner on the nut, and you can't turn an open-ended spanner. I had to modify a ring spanner so it would clear the casting and fit over the nut. The mod worked, but I don't know how I'm going to torque them. Just have to estimate, I suppose. Thought this might be of interest to others who come across the same problem. Now, for your advice, I have tried everything I know to remove the head without success. Use wooden drift, stake, and lump hammer, heavy-duty mallet on the parts of the head that would take a significant blow. I've destroyed several wooden drifts, used copious quantities of releasing fluid, and left for days to penetrate. Unfortunately, you can see I slipped off the hex on the inlet port tube, bent it, then sheared it off. That sucks. Any ideas where I can get one from? eBay. That's a quick answer to that. No luck on no luck on eBay. Well, never mind. I retract that answer. David Silver Spares, UK and CMSNL, Netherlands. That's very surprising. So to quick answer that, I would also say go to if you're on Facebook at all, go to the groups. You know, there's a lot of cool guys in different forums on the group pages for 750 stuff. And I'm sure someone's got something. You might be able to get a used head for $50, you know, or $100, whatever. And someone's probably got something somewhere. So I would check Facebook groups. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of friendly people on there that might be able to help you out, or at least point you in the right direction. Someone probably on there knows exactly who's making them still. You know, there's all kinds of cool information. In fact, it's now lifting the cylinder as well as the head. The only thing I can think of to try is to remove the head and cylinder together. And once removed, try using a substantial wooden drift and up the bore of the cylinder. However, this doesn't really appeal to me, as I'd prefer to remove the head first and the cylinder and barrels. Any suggestions? More beer for advice will be forthcoming. Cheers, guys. So, this is a single overhead.
Yes.
K8. I can't remember. I've done a motor on one of these. I can't remember if that nut was an issue for me.
No, so
maybe it was. And
hey, let me cut you short. I had a conversation with Paul.
Okay.
Those cam towers need to come off, and there's nuts underneath there.
That's what I thought.
And then when I told him that, he was like, light bulb, you know. And I'm like, dude, Paul, you bought my video. You should watch it.
Oh man.
So he's got my video. He just had a brain fart.
Yeah.
So he was
understandable
going through this, and yeah, those cam towers got to come off because there's the rubber pucks.
Yep. Okay.
And then there's more nuts under there.
Yeah.
And then you gain complete access to all those.
That makes, because I saw the picture and I'm like, I see like an 8mm bolt on top of that cam tower. I was like,
yeah,
I feel like I remember taking those off. Like, totally understandable, man. It happens. Brain fart.
Yeah.
And there are those little rubber pucks underneath there, and there's more bolts. So has he separated it since he's done this?
Probably.
Okay. Because once that happens, I mean, it should split.
Yeah.
Split.
And hey, Paul, since you're dealing with Cycle Exchange for your trans, ask them if they have that inlet thing.
Yeah.
They probably have a box full of them.
I bet.
So that would be one good source.
Yeah.
Or
solid.
Another one is the SOHC forums, single overhead cam forums.
Yeah.
That's a good spot to get used parts and whatnot. So man, someone will help you out.
The internet is plentiful and waiting for your response.
Dude, you know how many bikes I got rid of in the mid 90s because the internet wasn't established? I came across so much shit. And like for example, I came across like a Honda S90.
Mhm.
Garbage picked it, right?
Yeah.
The carburetor was toast. It had pinholes in the float. Dude, Honda wanted $200, right? Well, if eBay was around, I probably could score a carb for 20.
Oh yeah, man.
Or these Chinese carburetors, I could put a Chinese carburetor.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but I mean, you know, like I had to get rid of it because I'm like, I'm no way am I dumping $200-300 in this
Right.
thing, you know, brand
The
new.
struggle was real in the 90s, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And you couldn't even, you actually had to go somewhere and talk to someone,
Right.
you know, none
Screw
of this
that.
keyboard jamming, dude.
Right. Man. I was born in the 90s.
What?
1990.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think my sister was born in 92.
Okay.
I was born in 81.
All right.
So a lot changed in that 10-year period, man.
Oh, for sure.
A lot, dude. So
For sure.
yeah.
Cool. So, question 4. Take it, man.
All right. Sorry, I was filling up my beer here. Flip to it. All right. Where is it? Where the hell is it? I'm lost, man. Oh, here it is. Question 4. Dear Broken Moto Gurus, you both have helped me countless times, and I can't thank you enough. I removed the valve guides, 8 of them, on my 80 Suzuki GS 850 and bought a valve guide reamer for install. I have the new guides and the reamer to fit, but now I'm not sure what to do. Can you ream the valve guide holes without proper machining tools? If so, is it similar to tapping a thread? If not, do I need to bring the cylinder head to a machine shop? I'm guessing you're going to tell me for even asking if I could do it myself, but I'm a budget builder and I would be remiss if I didn't ask. Any experience you two have with valve guide installation would be greatly appreciated, and I would love to hear it about it on the show. Thank you, Ethan.
Thanks, Ethan.
All right, so the issue here is if you're gonna do this job and you're gonna put in the valve guides and then ream them, then you will need to cut the seats based off the reamed hole as your pilot. That is now your axis for the valve, and the seat has to match. So remember when we talked about those new way cutters?
Yes.
So basically, after you put the guide in, it has to be reamed for the correct clearance for the valve stem.
Correct.
And now you have to cut the seat based off of that new axis that valve is going to ride on.
Okay.
So if you do not have the cutters, then I don't see how you can do this job yourself, because now your valve is going to be closing on a seat that is not concentric or off or whatever to your
new guide.
New guide. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've watched a machinist remove and install guides and ream them and do a valve job, but I've never seen it done manually. I know you talked about it. Maybe you can add to this. But I just don't see how you can ream a straight hole with a drill. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah. So what I would do, Ethan, the way to install your guides is going to be pretty straightforward, because you're going to heat the head up to a high temperature. I'm not sure the exact degree, but hot. And
200, 300.
Yeah, something like that. And then you're going to tap in that guide with a guide installation tool
or an air hammer. Yeah. No, I'm serious.
With what?
You never seen? I've seen a guy freaking.
Wow. Okay. What bit did he use on it?
He had some kind of a stepped bit, which
Okay.
it would go in. It would go in like this, right?
Yeah.
And then it would just sit on it, and you just.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying crazy, just
Right. Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. The tool that you install them with is going to be something that goes inside of the inside diameter of the guide to keep it straight, obviously, and then something that's going to go around the not the flange, but I guess the seat of it. And so with the hot head and cold guides, it's going to go in pretty easy. It's not going to be very, very difficult, but you're going to tap them in until they're seated. You'll be tapping them in with the guide tool, tap, 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 tap until you hear a noise change, and that means that they're seated. The reamer is going to be used to ream the new guide inner diameter. It puts like a new surface on the inside of the guide. Now, in a perfect world, what you're going to want to do is exactly what Matt said: is make sure that the seat of the valve is now matching the pitch and angle. It's not going to change a crazy amount, but it could change enough to matter. Um, because some material is lost when coming out, and some material is gained when going in. So, what you can do is install all of your guides, put your valves in, and then check that. Like we said with an earlier question, check. You can. There's what's that paste? It's like blue.
Daikin blue,
Yeah, so it's like a paint.
Persian blue.
Yeah, Persian blue. There you go. And you put it on the seat, and then you take that. You put your valve in, and then you would just simply spin the valve in the seat, and then there's gonna be a contact patch that gets worn away from it contacting the seat, and then you can say, okay, this is what needs to happen. The seat needs to be cut this much or this much, and that's what a head shop will do. Um, a machine shop, but you can look and see if you're even in the parameters. You may be on some of them. You may be off on some of them, whether it's not even on the valve seat, or it's too high, too low, all that stuff. But you can do that yourself for sure. And then I feel like you can use that information to then determine, okay, this is now above my head. I'm going to take it to a machine shop and have them do a nice little valve job, recut the seats, and make it all match. I think it'd be very rare for, I mean, you have 8 guides. It'd be very rare for all 8 to be perfect. I don't see that happening, but you never know. And it'll be a learning experience for you to see, okay, what should it look like in your book? They'll give you some kind of image or picture of what the seat, of how big the contact patch should be on the valve seat. And if it's wrong, if it's like this, it's right if it's like this, and how high and low you're coming down to half of a millimeter. You know what I mean? But I think all that information that you can gain on your own after installing the guides and doing those checks on all the valves would be beneficial. Maybe they all are fine, because that's the check that you do to make sure that they're not fine. You know what I mean? So if they're good and it passes, then run it and do a gas leak check. Do those checks. I have never in my career replaced valve guides and then had the head cut to do the seats. I've never had to do that. In my field, what you do is you replace the head. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless it's like an old bike. Even then, I mean, it's I've never had to do that yet. I've never rebuilt old motors to the point where now I'm doing this guide job, doing this seat job, getting them recut. I've like People don't have enough money to have me do that. You know what I mean? So on newer stuff, dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, you all you're doing is just replacing the head, and that's what it comes with. But that's not his case. So
So, but I mean, like, okay, so he has the guides and he has the reamer. So
mhm.
taking the guides in and out is easy,
Yeah.
right? But how do you go about reaming the guide?
So you would measure first.
But I'm saying like you would do it with a regular drill and have at it?
No, it should be like a hand tool.
Okay, so there's a pilot on it, I'm
Uh
sure,
huh. Uh
and
huh.
then you just kind of walk it through.
Yeah, like you walk it through. Um,
I understand. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
yeah,
I don't know what
it's
this
not like
tool.
a bolt extractor looking thing. It's just like flutes on a straight rod. It's just
Okay,
like chambers and flutes. So you're taking it and like you're just spinning it in and like cutting this new surface,
yeah,
almost like honing in a way, removing any burrs or any bad things in the guide, and then you're gonna measure that.
okay, all right. No, no. I mean, I know what a reamer looks like, but
Okay.
I've I've never bought this stuff. So
Yeah.
here's another thing. By the time you buy all the tools to do this, you could just pay him a shop to do it. If this is like a one-time off thing for you,
Mm-hmm.
or if you do, because I mean, I paid like $300 to have my CB 750 head fully done.
Yeah.
And they skim the surface, the gasket surface, and
Awesome.
pressure. I mean, that's not a terrible amount of money.
No, it's not.
And
It's worth it.
it's like
Yeah.
a week turnaround too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, send it in.
Yeah.
I'll do it in a week. You know?
And you can sleep at night.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so the reamer, but then you have to take care of the seats, and it doesn't sound like you have the tools,
Not
or you
yet.
didn't buy the tools to cut the seats. So you got to factor in the price for that too.
Right.
And that
Right.
stuff isn't cheap, unfortunately.
No, it's not.
If you're going to be doing this often, sure, but
You have all the parts. I mean, I know that you're trying to save some money, but like I said, you can do part of it, and then
yeah,
learn some stuff. But unfortunately, that you learning is not going to be factored into the price of the head shop. They're just going to say, yeah, we'll just charge you this much. And you're not like, hey, I've already tested all the valves. It only needs it done on 6, 4, and 1. Then like they're not going to care. They're just going to do all of them. You know what I mean?
yeah, they're going to double check all your
And
work.
plus, it'd be worth it to have them make sure that everything else is good. So yeah, that's it. It's a wrap. Question 4 done.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and listening to us ramble. Hopefully that you guys find it valuable. Make sure you email us. We need your guys' questions. Matt, anything to plug real quick?
Speaking of that inbox, I believe we're empty right now.
Okay.
So
more.
we need more emails.
Yeah.
More questions. Nothing to plug, man. This is coming out in 2 weeks.
How's that gun doing?
Where is it? Where'd it go? It's over there. It's probably shipping by now. So, because this will be out. This will be
Fantastic.
out mid-February, right? Let me see here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to have them all shipped by then.
Cool, man.
And by now I'm sold out. So I will wait for some feedback. Why not?
See how it does. Yeah.
And then I'll order more for sure.
Yeah. And you have a new course out too right now?
Yeah. So it's how to start a home business course.
Very cool.
You can start a service or online business. It's 4.5 hours long, 49 video chapters, and it walks you through what I've learned in 9 years.
Yeah. Very, very cool stuff. How to make some passive income maybe, or if you're really good at something and it's valuable to others, they'll pay you for it,
Yeah.
Very cool. I have just one thing, which is just Grip Clean. Make sure you guys check out Grip Clean if you can. Get 10% off of your entire order. I love their lemon scent Ultra. I've changed the whole shop over to using just this stuff. It's a more organic way to keep your hands from cracking and peeling, especially right now. I love their wipes as well. Check out their wipes. Just pick up a tub. You will love them. Especially if you're in a garage all night and you don't want to go inside with dirty hands, you can clean them before you go in, which is what I use them for. And I love it. My wife loves it. I get yelled at less because of it. So again, use Moto MD at checkout and get 10% off your entire order. It throws me some bones, and it supports a really awesome company, Grip Clean.
Do they have any lotion?
Like for cracked hands?
Yeah, for your hands.
I don't think so. They have
'Cause-
dog shampoo.
No, you know what I've been doing at night is before I go to bed, I just put on some O'Keefe's.
Okay.
Yeah,
The green tub stuff?
yeah, I just
Mm-hmm.
because I hate putting on lotion like during the day
Oh, yeah.
and having
Especially O'Keefe's.
yeah, that stuff's greasy as shit.
It's
Man.
super greasy, man.
It's like, anyway, because yeah, my hands get super dry, dude.
Yeah. Are you out
So.
of the tube that I sent you a while back?
Grip clean, no.
Okay.
I
Well-
use very little, and well, dude, after you vapor blast everything, it's not dirty.
It's true. Very true.
No, it's
Lucky you.
hey, man.
I can do it. I know. I can do it too. No, but check it out, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you guys want to get on the show, send us an email. Matt, what is that email?
askbrokenmoto@gmail.com and include pictures and videos. We haven't had any videos in a long time.
I know, but we got a lot of pictures, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, which is cool. We can share them here, but yeah, videos are cool too. So
yeah. Or if you guys have any content that you want us to talk about, send us an email. You know, I don't mind doing some type of conversation about a topic that someone wants to know about more, you know?
Yeah.
Be
could
cool.
be garage related or whatever, man.
Awesome. Well, until next time.
Later.